and diploma. Thank you, sir. Mr. R. Joshi, Managing Director of FESTO Controls Private Limited, has finished his Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical in Ahmedabad, India, and Diploma in Design Engineering from Technical University, Berlin, Germany. He has also done his Master of Business Administration in Industrial Management from FESTO Esslingen, Germany. He has worked as a tutor at the Institute of Material Science and Technical University, Germany for 3 years. He has also worked as a maintenance engineer at Berlin Steel Plant for a year. Since 1990, he is with FESTO Controls Private Limited, India. He is the chairman of Fluid Power Division at Confederation of Indian Industries. May we now request Mr. Rashmikan Joshi to felicitate the event.
Dr. Vijay Kumar, Dr. Shanmugam, Dr. Natarajan, and Dr. Shiv Kumar, my colleagues from FESTO, the faculty, professors, students, maybe I can call them VITians, ladies and gentlemen. When I heard from my colleagues who has been how many times on this campus, I can call myself to be a frequent visitor to VIT. I think I've been the most of number of times to VIT. I would like to add much about VIT or praising VIT. I think you have heard enough. You only might be wondering why are we praising VIT so much. But I think it's a very human psychology that what you have on your hand, you might not or no longer know the value. We come from outside, so we can value it much more perhaps than what you value yourself of the campus. And that's the situation. I also had a wonderful experience last to attend the Board of Study meeting of VIT, and that added one more impression in my mind as to how seriously and sincerely the faculties are working on and thinking about the syllabus, the curriculum development, the contents, the number of hours, what should be taught when, etc., etc. It's not just putting up the laboratory, but also really quality delivery of it to the students. And I was really extremely impressed. And I said, if this is the way VIT is taking up in future the education in mechatronics, from FESTO point of view, we can be rest assured that this would be not just from quality of laboratory, but quality of delivery point of view, also a world-class mechatronics center. If I may add one more information for you, from FESTO point of view, we know who has got what kind of facility in this country. FESTO is a leader in the country for the industry as well as for institutes in the field of automation in industry and also in the field of training. So we know who has got what. And to my knowledge, my colleagues can only confirm what facility VIT has. I haven't seen anywhere else in this country as of now. So now the facility is in place. I think you have also started using it. What we need to do is we need to ensure real optimum use of this facility. FESTO will help you, but since FESTO is not going to be on the campus all 24 hours and 365 days, it would be the onus on faculty, on professors and students to really make use of it in optimum way. in terms of training on technology, in terms of doing practicals, taking up projects, using the equipment, etc., etc., and also involve industries at later stage to do their training programs. Because for the students, at times, they go for what is there in curriculum, they go for what is minimum to be done. I also have been a student, so I know how it works. But let me, for a moment, talk like a non-FESTO person. Let me go away from me being a mechatronics person. When I studied in Germany, you will be surprised, I was trained on FESTO equipment as part of my curriculum. I didn't know FESTO at that time. I had no clue about FESTO. And I was trained by Siemens on FESTO technology. It was part of my curriculum. Years later, I came to India, and I, of course, partly also in Berlin steel plant, but in steel plant there were relatively less implementation of pneumatics technology at that time. There was more of hydraulics, but also from that point of view. In India, today I go from industry to industry, you name one. Be it here in Coimbatore, you call it LMW, you call it Precol, you call it GD, you call it XYZ, or go to Chennai, Ford, BMW. You name an industry, textile, printing, automotive. And if I think back of my time, 1985, 1986, when I first had my hands on FESTO equipments, I said, look, how did I complete my engineering in India without all these equipments? I was wondering. And today, in Satyamangalam, allow me to say, if you take India's map, you might have difficulty to find this location. In Satyamangalam, in Banari Amman, you have state-of-the-art equipments, which is, to me, unbelievable. And you have these opportunities. Let me come back to be a FESTO person now. I think you need to think about it. You will really find yourself to be lost if you don't make use of this technology later on when you are in industry. It's not necessary that you will have to work on these equipments in industry, but if you don't have this knowledge, you won't understand the processes and you won't be able to take right decisions. Well, mechatronics, the word might be new, the technology is not very new. Technology is very old. Maybe it is delivered and used in a modern way. What you see here today in Banari Amman, like what Dr. Natarajan also said, this is just the beginning. Much more will come, much more will happen. Your professors and faculties and the management is already talking about it. Higher technologies will get in, regular upgradation will continue happening. And FESTO will always be supporting and by side of the management, faculties and students. Dr. Vijay Kumar already spoke about FESTO and Banari Amman cooperation, also in future. He said it's not only about setting up laboratory, it is not just about putting the contents in curriculum and delivering, it is how FESTO and Banari Amman can work together for better placement of students. FESTO has, you name a manufacturing industry, they have to know FESTO. This is the situation today in the country. I'm not trying to pat my back, but that's a fact. We can't avoid it. So, Banari Aman can use FESTO as a vehicle. Of course, we can't get you jobs in industries directly. We don't own them. But Banari Aman can use FESTO as a vehicle to have wider spread approach to the industries for the students who FESTO can confirm are coming out of institute having state-of-the-art laboratory facilities. Dr. Vijay Kumar gave an example of Germany, and I was thinking about, you spoke about First World War. Let me talk about Second World War. When I was in Siemens in Berlin, a retired design head of Siemens, he had just retired. In those days, retirement age, but he was asked to work till 63 years age. And because of the knowledge he had, and then he was continuing, and he explained to me how in 1945, the Second World War, the last month, Britishers came to Berlin and smashed the machines, the last machines which were left by others, they smashed. On these equipments, they used to manufacture hydraulic valves for high tension installations, the transmission lines. And the war was over, and Siemens had to start or restart the operations. The machines used to manufacture the valves, but the people who had knowledge and who had skills in their hands could even design and handmade manufacture. The first valve was made in 1947 in Siemens in Berlin. And why all this? Because much before the machines, they had done things with their own hands. And I remember once Mr. Weiler in one of his speeches in Coimbatore spoke that everything can be stolen, the machines can be destroyed. What you have done with your hands or learned, and what you have in your minds, nobody can steal. So here you have an opportunity, not just learn theoretical, but also practical. When you do something practically, just give an example, you all study powder metallurgy in mechanical engineering and do sintering, for example, all theoretical. If you ever do sintering with your hands, take the sintered part out and break it, and unsintered part out and break it, and see the strength, and then you realize, irrespective whether in your life ever you have anything to do with sintering or not, till you are alive, you remember what is sintering. You can teach it, you can explain it to somebody, because you have done it with your own hands. Well, all this I'm saying only out of my experience and what I have learned. So please make use of the facility, what is available. A couple of sentences also on Exportainer. The exhibition van we have outside for you. We never made Exportainer for institutes. When we built these Exportainers, we never thought that we will ever come to institute like Banari Aman with this vehicle. It was always meant for industries. We take this vehicle even today extensively for industries, because it is industry people who need to learn what is this technology and how applications work. Today you have an opportunity to experience what industry people have missed in those days when they were on the college. Today you get these facilities served on your campus. So please make use of the opportunity of Exportainer at your doorstep. Enter it, spend some time, press buttons, see how it works, ask questions. Support from FESTO also in future. I already spoke about the cooperation wherein we can somehow help placement. So your HR or placement department can also work with us. But also projects. We would like faculty and students to come up with some ideas. Having learned the technology, you come up with very simple ideas how automation can be done. We can discuss it together and we can practically build up these ideas which are also being used in industries. And these ideas, what you build, can also be part of your laboratory that the students in future can learn out of it. Also, this can be exhibition displays in your own house, in your own building. We will come over and over again so we can discuss in detail about what more we can do. I understand today is a public holiday. And I could imagine that this hall would be full with up to its brim. I thank you all for being here. This shows your enthusiasm. This shows your keenness in listening to what the industries have to say and what are their thoughts. Thank you very much for the patient hearing and all the best to all of you.
Thank you, sir. We have a special guest, Mr. Harish N. Asnani, National Sales Manager, FESTO Control Private Limited. He did his Bachelor of Engineering in Electrical from Government Engineering College, Modasa, North Gujarat University, and did his MBA in Marketing from Pune University. He is with FESTO Control Private Limited since July 2011, where he is responsible for the dietetic division in India. He is handling the training and learning solution for FESTO, and by doing so, he is contributing towards the skill development in India. Sir, your presence has added color to this event.
As a token of love and gratitude, may we now request our Honorable Trustee Dr. M.P. Vijay Kumar to present a shawl and a memento to our Chief Guest, Mr. Kurt Michael Stahl. We request our Chief Executive. We request our Chief Executive Dr. Chief Executive Dr. A.M. Natarajan to do the honors for Mr. Volker Schmidt, Head of Business Development, FESTO Didactic Journey. Dr. A. Shanmugam to do the honors for Mr. Rashmikant Joshi, Managing Director, FESTO Controls Private Limited, Bangalore. Professor and Head of the Mechanical Department, Dr. Dr. K. Sivakumar to do the honors for Mr. Harish Nachnani, National Sales Manager, Didactic Technical.
Thank you, sir. May we now request our dear Professor and Head, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. K. Sivakumar, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning, honorable present here. It gives me immense pleasure to propose a vote of thanks in this gracious occasion. First, I express my sincere gratitude to our Chief Guest, Mr. Kurt Michael Stoll, Deputy Chairman, Supervisory Board, FESTO AG and Co. Germany, coming all the way from Germany to BAT for the purpose of inaugurating BAT FESTO, Center of Excellence in Industrial Automation and Mechatronics. He is a deceased person. Despite his busy schedule, he comes out here to grace this occasion and deliver the inaugural address. Sir, thank you for your presence and inaugurating the BAT FESTO Center. Thank you, sir. I am extremely grateful to Mr. Volker Schmidt, Head of Business Development, Asia Pacific, FESTO Didactic, GmbH and Co. Germany, for his great support and guidance to set the center in a state of art. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt thanks to Mr. Joshi, Managing Director, FESTO Controls Private Limited, Bangalore. He is our Board of Studies members also. He is guiding us to develop the center to be a world-class one. Thank you for your valuable guidance, sir. So, he said we have to introduce certain courses in our syllabus. Last time he came to our Board of Studies meeting and he suggested some kind of laboratories in our automation lab, in particular welding robo. So certainly we try to include certain subjects in our syllabus as well as our on-field course. In particular, in invitations towards the faculty exchange program, internship projects and training to all the students. We try to send our students faculty to our FESTO Bangalore. So thank you for your support and guidance. Thank you, sir. It's my duty to thank our Honorable Chairman for his great effort to bring this center to our campus. I thank Mr. Harish National Sales Head FESTO India for his continuous support and arranging 4 weeks training to our faculty and students. Thank you, sir. My thanks to our trustee, Dr. A.P. Kumar, sir. He has been all along with us and guided us in all sorts of programs. Thank you, sir. My sincere thanks to our Chief Executive, Dr. A. Natarajan and Dr. Shanmugam, sir, Principal, for their great support to organize the program in a successful manner. My sincere thanks to all the head of the department, faculty members, for your great support and gracious occasions. My special thanks to Dr. K. Sajil Kumar, Professor S. Ramesh, and Mr. Ganesh and team for the tireless support to make this function a grand one. I thank all the media persons for accepting our invitations and giving full media coverage for this function. Thank you all. I thank all the non-teaching staff and students for their tireless help to organize this program in a successful manner. Finally, I thank all the members who are directly or indirectly helping us to organize this program in a successful one. Thank you all once again.
Patriotism has its deep roots in instincts. Love of country is the expansion of beautiful love. As a symbol of our love and faith for our nation, let us all rise for the national anthem.